I'm from their cloth. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Claiming that he wants this fight with Deontay Wilder, and that's his number one objective as an interim fight. Deontay Wilder has responded, and he stated that it's simply all cap. They're still trying to fool the people at the end of the day, okay? They're still trying to pull the wool over the eyes of the people, and he's not going down that road. So obviously, you know, if Deontay Wilder was to face off against Anthony Joshua and beat Anthony Joshua, then Deontay Wilder would be in position to fight at that point in time Alexander Usyk for the unified titles, which would put him in line to get a fourth fight with Tyson Fury.
Those are the words of Blue Blood Sports TV, my main man in crime. And as Deontay Wilder has shared with him that Anthony Joshua is just all cap. C-A-P, meaning that it's not true. He's just doing that for publicity. He's doing that to pull the wool over people's eyes. It's a bluff. It's a scam. It's a lie. Okay? Now, that is the response from Blue Blood Sports TV, from Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, since they are close and they are in close knits. And let me counterpunch. I do agree with Blue Blood. If Deontay Wilder fought Anthony Joshua, he could put himself in position to fight Alexander Usyk, because he could take that spot from Joshua, because there would be no reason for Joshua to hold that position, because he's just been beaten in his interim fight. But his interim fight happened to be with one of the most dangerous guys that we have today, with a right-hand cannon like Deontay. Bars. Right? And if Wilder can knock him out, which that's what he does, he's a knockout artist, so he's not going to go for points. He's going to go for blood, right? He could put himself in a position to fight Usyk, then beat Usyk. If he beats Usyk, it's like, okay, now I can get a fight with Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, right? With more accolades. I've bagged 2 bodies. I've bagged 2 people that Tyson Fury's never fought, right? Now I want my revenge. It's round 4. Ding, ding. Yes, that would be a great opportunity. I agree with Blue Blood Sports TV with that. Shouts out to him. However, it's easy. Me and my counterpunch on this. It's easy to say what a person's doing without figuring out what a person's doing. If a person tells you, I want to fight you, and you don't act on it, and you take it as though it's something that you've seen before, right? Okay, I've seen this before. He don't want to fight. Let's look at the history, okay? Let's look at the history between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. For one, Deontay Wilder went from Anthony Joshua as a scared coward, and he doesn't want to fight. He's hiding behind his promoter. He doesn't want it. He went to the UK and said the same thing on British television, that Anthony Joshua was scared, a coward, a cow, an Annabelle cow, right? A slave, like a slave tool or a slave. He said all these things. And then he went from, after the first Fury fight, he went from Joshua being all those things to Joshua, now he's begging for a fight. Well, my thing is, okay, you can't have it both ways. You can't say this man's scared to shit or scared to death of you, then all of a sudden he wants to fight you. You can't say that. That makes no sense. It's either he's scared shitless of you and don't want no part of you, or he wants a part of you and can't have you. Which one is it? Because you can't have it both ways. Okay? We know about that money that was rejected by Team Wilder. They offered him twice as much money to fight on a platform which he wanted to go back to the place that he was. And when he did, they gave him half the money that DAZN offered him to fight Dominic Breazeale. He knocks out Breazeale, and that wasn't even enough for Showtime. And what did Showtime do to him? They dropped him like a bad habit. So much for loyalty, right? This happened. These are just facts, people. Okay, so then he drops the ball and says, you know what? I was a man to my word, and honestly, I could have made more money fighting Joshua. So, wait. Him saying that, him really telling on himself saying that, you know what? Joshua offered me more money to fight him, so that means he wasn't as scared as you said he was. He wasn't a coward like you claimed he was. He was a guy that offered you more money to fight than you've ever seen in your fucking life. Counterpunch. So you can't say, that's why it made no sense to say he's begging for a fight versus he's scared of a fight. The scared of the fight and begging and coward was the cap from Wilder. The reality was he wanted to desperately fight Wilder, so they offered him all this damn money, which he didn't take. So again, I ask you, you get all these years later, 2 losses apiece later from both fighters, and then Anthony Joshua says, non-champion, calling out a guy that's also non-champion, that, hey, I want to fight you, and that guy says, you know what, it's all cap. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Because at this point, I don't believe Wilder believes that shit. I believe that Wilder is realistic and he's honest and true about his decision. He doesn't know if he wants to come back. And I think that's an easy way for him to say, oh, no, he don't want it. He just capping. He's just trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. That's the easy route to take when someone's calling you out. Instead of saying, okay, motherfucker, you think that? Sign an extended contract. Right? Because he knows if he says something or goes and tries to call bluff, that bluff will be pulled. That bluff will be called. Oh, well, hey, call his bluff so you can see what he does. And his reaction would be his contract set over for $8, probably $10, $12 million. I don't know. None of them are champions. So again, get a certain number, get $30 million, split 10 apiece. And whoever wins gets the other 10 or the other 5. Like I said in my live stream yesterday. But Deontay Wilder responding to Anthony Joshua saying that it's no substance behind it. And the irony of this, people, is, in closing, that Deontay saying that Anthony Joshua's capping, but he's only responding with more capping. That makes no sense. Because you have to find out which one's the real one, right? Because that was the whole debacle back in late 17, all of 18, part of 19, right? Until Joshua lost, and it was like, you know what I'm saying? So either one of these guys has to come with some corresponding action to find out who is what. And I already know who's who. Because Deontay Wilder already said, well, they actually done something, corresponding action, by sending contracts that was much more than the guy that I chose to fight that ended up beating my ass twice, back to back. So unless there's any corresponding action, I don't want to hear anything from anybody, to be honest with you, especially Deontay, because we already know you have to figure out what you want to do with your career first. But I would say that instead of saying, oh, he's just capping and he's putting the wool over people's eyes. He don't want this. Don't act fucking big and bad, bro. You don't even know if you want to fight again. You're going on a journey first before making that decision. Right? So why would we believe you? Okay? It would be different if he called the bluff, and he won't. So it's just capping begetting more capping. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on the response of Deontay Wilder from Blue Blood Sports TV. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.